After taking in the wondrous temples in Siem Reap, I was off to the capital of Cambodia, Phnom Penh, where at sundown, everyone takes dance classes in the street. I headed straight for the house of my newest Couchsurfing host, Romyr, who welcomed me with a traditional Filipino dinner. Boy, do I wish I was making a stop in the Philippines. So I'm couchsurfing here in Phnom Penh, and I wake up this morning, come downstairs, and my host has made a full breakfast for me and left it on the table. Check this out. This is how you backpack around the world. This is awesome. Not long after finishing one meal, I was off to Romyr's work at the Naga World Hotel to meet him for a traditional Korean meal. Who would have thought that in Cambodia, I would be experiencing food from so many different countries? The hotel had this exquisite display to celebrate the Year of the Tiger, which I walked around many times for good luck. I then got a sneak peek at an upcoming concert that Romyr is planning, and headed up to a hotel room to get a wonderful view of the Mekong River. Before I knew it, it was time to start thinking about dinner, so I headed over to a Cambodian street market, which was insane, to try to find the ingredients for spaghetti. Oh, and this is the setup for a wedding. To finish my last day in Cambodia, I chose to visit the Tuol Sleng Genocide Museum. The museum, which is located on grounds that once held a prison and school, tells the story of the Cambodian genocide of the 1970s. Under the hand of the Khmer Rouge, it is estimated that nearly 1 out of every 3 Cambodians lost their lives. The classrooms at this primary school were turned into torture chambers. Anyone who was believed to be intelligent or opposing the Khmer Rouge was brought here, tortured, and eventually killed. The Khmer Rouge took photos of every prisoner at Tuol Sleng, and these photos are now displayed on billboards throughout the museum. It is chilling to look into their eyes. Men, women, and children. People whose lives were taken away from them because someone was hungry for power. These photos, also taken by the Khmer Rouge, are proof of the abuse and torture the prisoners underwent, which eventually led to their death. Their bodies were simply thrown into mass graves. When the Khmer Rouge took power, the thriving city of Phnom Penh was rampaged and turned into a desolate city by the soldiers, all led by the infamous Pol Pot. Here's a closer look inside the actual prison walls themselves. The rooms that I'm in right now were classrooms at one point, and they converted them into cells. So each room was for one prisoner. They would eat there, they would sleep there, they would use the washroom there. Barbed wire was placed on higher floors to prevent prisoners from taking their own lives, which they felt was better than being tortured. This man was in one of the actual photos. Prisoners would be chained up, beaten with farm tools, and put through excruciating torture practices, which are recreated in these drawings. Even the children weren't safe from the brutality. One of the last rooms you visit at Tuol Sleng is lined with skulls from some of the victims. It doesn't get much more real than that. Eventually, I had to head on. Well, that definitely was a different sort of experience on this trip, but I think the education of things like a genocide are important in ensuring that it doesn't happen again. Unfortunately, it keeps happening again, but if you visit Phnom Penh in Cambodia, take the time to check it out. It's $2, and I've learned a lot today. And now I head on to Vietnam with a lot to think about. I quickly rushed and boarded my bus, and after a ferry ride and some people selling things out of the window, Vietnam was within my reach. Next time on Backpack with Brock, I take in some history at the Reunification Palace and meet up with some great travel buddies, Susie, Megan, and David. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, leave a comment, or you can subscribe by clicking on me right here. Thanks for watching.